So, good morning, fellow humans. I thought I would just share a little passage from this excellent little book, the Four Agreements, whilst I have a little quick study break. So, the problem with most people is that they lose control of their emotions. It is the emotions that control the behavior of the human, not the human who controls the emotions. When we lose control, we say things that we don't want to say, and we do things that we don't want to do. That is why it is so important to be impeccable with our word and to become a spiritual warrior. We must learn to control the emotions so we have enough personal power to change our fear-based agreements and escape from hell and create our own personal heaven. So in not having control of our emotions, we lose personal power through sort of having a lot of fear-based agreements. We lose our personal power in making the right decisions. And the spiritual warrior is really one who is able to control their emotions and able to choose the way that they respond to a certain situation. How can we become a warrior? There are certain characteristics of the warrior that are nearly the same around the world. The warrior has awareness. That's very important. We are aware that we are at war, and the war in our minds requires discipline. So this idea of there being a war, and that's why we are spiritual warriors, is because we are at war, and the war is taking place in our minds. These confused minds that don't have direction and are not controlled. Not the discipline of a soldier, but the discipline of a warrior. Not the discipline from the outside to tell us what to do and what not to do, but the discipline to be ourselves, no matter what. That really is the ultimate achievement, isn't it? Is to be able to be ourselves in every situation of our lives, to be able to be authentic and to be able to choose our direction and to be able to respond and control our emotions, to be able to respond in situations as we please, so that we can kind of consciously create our direction in life, and we are the masters of our own fate, the sailors of the ship, and we control the direction that our life moves, rather than just kind of blowing with the wind as to which direction life will take us. The warrior has control, not control over another human, but control over one's own emotions, control over one's own self. It is when we lose control that we repress the emotions, not when we are in control. The big difference between a warrior and a victim is that the victim represses and the warrior refrains. Interesting distinction there. So the victim represses and the warrior refrains. The warrior consciously chooses, I'm not going to bite in that situation, or I'm not going to respond in anger. Whereas a victim will repress that anger, kind of take it within. And later on it will come out as that anger is pushed down, and later on it has to explode and come out. That doesn't happen with the warrior. He refrains. Victims repress because they are afraid to show their emotions, afraid to say what they want to say. To refrain is not the same thing as repression. To refrain is to hold the emotions and to express them in the right moment, not before, not later. That is why warriors are impeccable. they have complete control over their own emotions and therefore over their own behavior. So that really is the ultimate, arriving at the ultimate level of spiritual development, is to have complete control over your emotions and your behavior and therefore your life. So to be a spiritual warrior is really to be a master of life, to be able to direct it in the direction that you choose, to have conscious control over your decisions and the way that your life maps out. So that's the ideal to head towards. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. Great little book, the Four Agreements. I'll share a little bit more of the wisdom and insight that I've gained from it. The Toltec wisdom. So peace.